So, you've bought a grail, or pulled a big hit from a booster pack, or maybe you just want to grade your favourite artwork and keep it protected forever. So I'm going to show you exactly how to grade Pokemon cards here in the UK. No messing about, let's get straight into it. Today, I'll walk you through the major grading companies, PSA, Beckett, CGC, Ace and Tag, and answer all those burning questions like how does grading actually work, what's the cost, where can you send your cards, and which grading company gives you the best value overall. So, what is card grading and why grade? First up, grading means submitting your card to a third party that assesses 4 things: centering, edges, corners and surface, all on a 1 to 10 scale. A grade like a PSA or Beckett 10 can boost resale value astronomically. So after this video, check out how a grade 10 Charizard can sell for hundreds of thousands of pounds. So next up, the top grading companies in the UK. FYI, this doesn't mean they're all based in the UK, but there's ways to submit to them, whether that's through a third party or direct. First up is PSA, probably the most notorious and the most well-known grading company. How and where to grade PSA. You can grade directly with PSA through their website, or you can use an official UK EU dealer like the Subcentre, Trust Grading or Black Label Grading. There's plenty more of those out there, but those are the 3 most known to me. So the cost of grading with PSA, packages range from £17.50 to £130. The tiers are all based on speed and value. For example, TCG Bulk at £17.50 is a turnaround of 65 business days, whereas Express at the £130 mark is around 7 to 10 business days. Just an FYI, all these prices and these turnaround times and all this information is up to date as of the release of this video. So the pros to PSA are the strongest resale value and they're the industry standard. Some of the cons could be that they're a bit more lenient on grading, and also they do tend to have quite a few delays. Next up is Beckett, or aka BGS. You can send to Beckett via UK middleman such as the Subcentre, Trust Grading or Black Label Grading. The cost starts around £20 per card, but you could incur more charges with subgrades. Currently on the value plan, it could be up to 11 months turnaround. The pros, they're very strict on the grading. There's subgrade transparency, specifically on the corners and edges. The cons are a very long wait and there's higher costs with subgrading. Next up is CGC. Again, you can send them through a UK dealer such as the Subcentre, Trust Grading and Black Label Grading. The cost is starting around £15 per card plus £10 per subgrade. The turnaround time due to a backlog is around 5 to 6 months. The pros are they're stricter on centering than PSA and they have a modern slab design. The cons are they're still building a reputation here in the UK, but they're much bigger in the US. Ace Grading. This is the only one that is based in the UK where you can send directly to them and probably has the quickest turnaround. They only started in 2021, so they're still very new. So after I originally recorded this video, Ace released some new updates regarding their service levels, which we will go over now. However, if this video looks a little different at times, it's because I've had to revisit and re-record, but we move. So Ace used to have 4 service levels, that have now increased to 5. The first being the basic level, which is £12 per card, a minimum of 10 cards with 80 business day turnaround. The second being standard level, which is £15 per card, a minimum of 5 cards and a 30 business day turnaround. At number 3 is the Premier level, that's at £18 per card with a minimum of 2 cards and a 15 business day turnaround. At number 4 is the Ultra level, which is £25 per card, no minimum amount of cards and a 5 business day turnaround. At number 5, and the newest tier, is the Luxury level. This is £50 per card, no minimum amount of cards, but with a 2-day business turnaround. It's worth noting that all these business day turnarounds are estimates, so they're not always guaranteed. Your labels can have colour or artwork starting from £1 up to £3. This really changes the look of the card. The pros are they're the fastest service being based in the UK and they do have low costs per grading. However, they don't have the same reputation as the other big 3 we've already spoke about, so the resale value of them are not always as high. However, they are up and coming. Lastly, let's talk about tag grading. We won't go too much in detail about this because I've done a whole video about my experience and how to grade and how much it costs with tag grading. You'll find a link in the bio. However, in a nutshell, tag grading is fairly new. They're making massive waves in the US. We're starting to see a few of those over here in the UK. However, it may take a bit more time. They use AI for grading and they have some of the most cleanest, minimalistic slabs you will see. So if you're interested in seeing how that whole process works and all about that, then check out that link in the bio because I'll take you through every single step with tag grading. So, how to grade grade in the UK? Let's look at it step by step. Firstly, you need to decide on a grading company from the ones I've mentioned. Then you need to choose which service tier you want. You can either pay more so you get it quicker, or you can pay less and wait longer. Next, fill out the online forms, or if you're going to a card show, you can do this in person. You need to include all the card details, which service you like, and so forth. Then, whether this is in person or by post, you need to pack your card securely. I'm talking penny sleeves, top loaders, or semi-rigid sleeves, bubble wrap, you name it, as much protection as possible so your card gets there in one piece. If your card's worth a lot of money, then look at insuring this if you're sending via post to make sure it's covered the cost just in case, God forbid, something happens in transit. All these steps can be done whether you're doing it directly online with the grading company or using a middleman, as we call them, or the official dealers. Once you've sent it off, all you've got to do is wait. It's going to be a long wait, but it will be a worthy wait. Most places send you regular updates, usually step by step, of what part of the process your card is in, so you can always monitor where it currently sits in the factory line. Following all that, you may have to pay at the end, or you may pay before, then you'll receive your slabs back, and then you can reveal them and enjoy them. So following all that, here's my top 3 grading options. Number 1, PSA. They're recognised globally and they're the best resale. Number 2, tag grading. For the international grading submission, they're still pretty fast. They look very excited, especially with their AI technology. The slabs look really cool, really minimal, really clean, and they're also competing with PSA in the US market. Number 3, ace grading. Even with their new updates and depending on their tier level you choose, they will still be the fastest turnaround time in the UK, fairly priced, and also really nice looking slabs, especially with those ace labels. So that's pretty much a basic everything you need to know about grading your Pokemon cards here in the UK. There is way more details and we can go in more in depth. However, I usually do it in other videos after I've experienced using those grading companies, like I've mentioned Tag already and Ace Grading. Therefore, there'll be more in the future with other grading companies. So whether you're sending off your Grail to PSA, testing out Ace Grading for their labels, or try and Tag for their AI accuracy, it all comes down to what you want out of your grading. Protection, resale value, or just that final touch to your collection. So hopefully this video has helped you out. So let me know down in the comments, are you grading for your personal collection, or are you trying to maximize the value of your resale? And if you've already graded with any of these companies, share your experience below to help others out in this community. So with that being said, that's it for me on this one. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.